Hey, Bob Filka here for the Friday Finish, the week of June 9th, brought to you by our partners at DTE Energy. Crazy busy week this week. We had a group of HBA members go to Washington, D.C. as part of a nationwide effort. Nearly 1,000 from across the country went up to the Hill on Wednesday this week to talk about workforce issues, tax issues, code issues. There's lots of talk at the federal level about increasing funding for the trades, some great discussions with our members of the Michigan congressional delegation. We visited almost every member of the Michigan delegation, so we had a busy Wednesday this week. It was a great opportunity to highlight workforce, as I mentioned, also tax policies. Even though there's been a lot of uproar over that big, beautiful bill, whatever emerges ultimately from that is going to impact housing. There's some important provisions related to housing in that package, so we wanted to stress that with members from our delegation to let them understand that, again, regardless of what happens with the outcome of that bill, there are some important tax pieces to the housing industry that need to get extended, things like property tax deductions and other types of things that impact our industry. We also discussed codes because at the federal level, there have been attempts by HUD and the VA to impose code requirements on all the homes that they insure or support. We've been successful in defeating that at the federal level. We want to remind members of Congress that codes should be developed at the local and state level, that yes, we have model codes, but that each state in the country is unique. Parts of Michigan are unique. We're in different climate zones in northern Michigan and the UP versus downstate. So great opportunity to educate our members of the Michigan congressional delegation on how important the policy work they're doing is as it relates to housing, and also just to remind them that our state, like many states, faces a housing crisis and shortage that really needs to be addressed at both the local, state, and national level. So with that, I just want to thank all those members of ours that joined us in Washington this week. I hope you have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.